It's gonna be exposed, so you'll be able to see it. And it won't
Live?
Did you see? Yeah.
You're live!
Did you see my last video that I just uploaded the other day?
The one that they said I look like Red or whatever?
Yeah, but no, when you were walking behind me as I was filming and you were doing the weird face and I like
Yeah.
zoomed in.
Yeah,
Zoomed
you
in
did
on
like
it.
a funny picture,
Yeah.
that shit was funny.
I don't remember.
But I was saying, Brian, is that because it's exposed, and I want people to see, oh shit, it has premixes.
What's going on, Christian?
Where's JB Toon at when I need him? Look at this.
What the fuck?
Two different lines. JB Toon, save me.
He might be on the street. I don't know what. Florida's like 3 hours ahead, so I don't know if he's gonna be joining. What's going on, Marcus?
You have to slide everything over.
K20's coming tomorrow. What's going on, Johnny?
Alright, you wanna go through this?
Oh yeah. Oh no. What's up, Antonio? Orale, Andres. Technically the cars are being done at the same time, so.
Hey,
Bigger on this side.
Except for he's got a cooler engine. His is a. What's going on? Do you know how much it is to K20 and EG? He's the perfect guy to ask.
3,000.
About doing it yourself? You can
Yeah.
probably do it. If you're doing like a Type S motor and you get a good deal on it, it's going to cost you anywhere from about $3,000 to $4,000.
Absolute budget, making up a bunch. Actually, you know
can
what?
always- you
Here's
can
a
always-
full list of what you need to do a K swap, regardless of car. So,
So you can always go to VTech Academy.
Get the list.
yeah, actually for the EG, there's a straight list on vtechacademy.com, and you can see their budget EG. Average 3 to 4K. If you're doing a lot of it yourself, like making a lot, like doing your own wiring and doing budget hoses and nothing fancy and stuff. If you're doing all fancy stuff, resealing the motor and stuff, expect upwards of like 5-6 grand easy. B20 VTech. Hey, there's mine. You're gonna love it. I love this engine, but I mean, K is the way, so I couldn't pass up that good of a deal, as you guys know. So, this motor still runs beautifully. All it needs is an oil pan gasket because it started leaking. But other than that, this thing's mint. Yo, Tijuana, that's what's up. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. I'm really excited for it. It's right here. I already got the engine and tranny and stuff assembled, new clutch put on and whatnot, so it's looking good. Type R motor would be fun, that's for sure. LA Tommy can attest to that. Coil on plug? Well, the K20 already has coil on plugs. Meanie. But no, this, I'm not doing coil on plug. There's no reason to. Ow! But yeah, this is already coil packs. So, I mean, that's just how it is. Paint that valve. No, that valve cover is getting painted white eventually because the gold bay to accent the white car, you know? Kind of like an type thing. So, and this is Emiliano's engine. I can't speak. Yeah, we'll be ready for IBOC. Both of these cars will be. Yeah, this is a TSX engine, right?
So it's Type R, Euro R.
Yeah, so he's got the, I mean, mine's a good one, but his is even better, so. His is going to be the most practical one, though, because he's going to have AC and power steering and all the good stuff. How much have I spent? Not as much as I should have, that's for darn sure. I've been really blessed with this whole swap so far, so, I mean, yeah. I mean, all the parts in this box, all the crap that's already on the engine, all the parts in this tub, that box, and what's already on the car. Like, I'd have to tally it all up, but if I were to have paid for everything so far, I think I'd probably be around the $4,000 mark. But I think I'm currently running around maybe a grand or so. Yeah, sponsors definitely help.
Yeah, so what you can do temporarily is we just
What's up with the ECU? This ECU or the one that I'm going to be using for that? I don't know if it'll let me. Orientation's locked. It won't let me. Running the stock ECU. Well, if you're referring to this ECU for the B20 VTEC, no, that's a socketed and chipped P28 running a custom tune on it. As for my K28-2, I'm running a K-tuner setup for just to get me to Eibach and back, and because after the engine swap I'm gonna be a little bit tight on funds. I'll be doing a full dyno tune on it, even though it won't get me too much more, but yeah, stock ECU but with a base map for that on K-tuner. But this ECU is staying with this engine because I have one guy that's supposed to be buying it. If he follows through, then I'm gonna just save the motor and put it in something else. Just because it's such a hassle. I've got probably like 50 messages of people wanting to buy the motor, but I mean, only one of them has been local to me, and I'm not shipping an engine because it's gonna cost me more to ship it than I'd probably make off of it in profit, so it's not really worth it to me. Yes, I definitely do want a Del Sol. Hopefully, maybe, that's what that should go into.
Sorry, it's just that.
Gotta pick up the rest of my part. Get an EG.
Friend of
I-
mine is on his thing. He's like, when are you going to K-Series? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
Driving Mario. I want an EG. I mean, I kind of want an EG hatch, but EG hatches in Arizona are pretty much impossible to find. They're not completely raped. How about EF hatch? Now I want to get a little bit more newer. I'll leave freaking what is his name? John. Yeah, I definitely. What power adders do you? Well, for the K series, I'm just doing bolt-on stuff. I mean, honestly, this motor is gonna have like, I don't know what, they're factory at 200, so with the base map probably 205-ish maybe, and on the dyno I can probably easily get up to 220 because the tuner out here is really good with K series. What's up, Deadbeat? You coming over tomorrow? Oh, but yeah, back on the topic of EGs, if I get an EG, I want either another Ferio, a 4-door, because I had one before, or getting a EJ1 because Honda Street Garage makes them look. Ooh, what's happening? So Honda Street Garage makes EJ1s look super sick, and I mean I just like EGs in general. But yeah, the hatches out here are all destroyed, so it's not worth trying to find out here. What's going on? Is this the stuff for your car?
yeah, for the subframe.
Should I turbo? Nah. Well, it depends on what you're trying to boost. If you're boosting B series, go for it. That's an intake. Looks like it's supposed to be an exhaust or something.
It's called a dual chamber. So it pulls in air and it keeps cold air in there constantly. So it does. We've already tested on the dyno. It does gain power.
B20 VTEC. Using all the genuine fluids.
Only way to go.
Synchro mesh. That's all I use. What?
There you go, Chris.
Oh, how's Dylan? Dylan's, he's actually kind of on not house arrest, but resting at his house. He's good though. He's in high spirits. So, speaking of which, do you want to go visit Dylan on Wednesday? Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go see him on Wednesday. Well, I'll bring the camera with so you guys can see him and get his words from him. But I saw Snapchat stories from him earlier, and he's doing good.
That was the one that was originally on there. No? Yeah. I mean, the VTEC.
We started messing with the wiring tonight, more or less sorting through wires. But yeah, so basically this is my stock engine harness. So we're gonna be basically just modifying this. The car, there's been kind of a mix-up, or not a mix-up, a standstill on the car. It's still getting done. I don't know yet if he knows about it, but progress was paused, but should resume very soon, I would assume. I'm talking to the shop owner, Mo, so hopefully all is well with him. What stuff? Oh yeah. That thing does look good. Oh yeah. Anybody want to buy a DA Hush Performance Brake Booster Delete Kit?
Literally brand new.
Yeah, brand new. I literally just mounted it to the firewall and realized that this new master cylinder that I'm running isn't the right bolt setup for it, so I got a different one coming tomorrow. So, yeah. So this one will be for sale. And then this thing is still kind of having issues. It runs fine, but there's a speed sensor issue, so it's not letting it go over 4,000 RPM. So we got to swap out the cluster because we think that may be the issue. But yeah, so this almost out of here. K series for days though.
Which is how he created this on here. And this is obviously the return line that went back to the.
Yeah.
Because this was feeding directly from.
Yeah, I see.
This was feeding directly from the fuel
Was
station.
this new?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it had like a going and a return line.
Sounds like something.
Plus, I wasn't asking. We're the.
Sounds funky.
He's a master mechanic.
That'll work.
K-Dog.
That'll work.
Yeah.
My subscribers get a discount at Assport. Unfortunately not.
What's that?
Said somebody asked you, do my subscribers get a discount at Hassport? Said unfortunately not.
Go to JHP USA, they'll give you a discount.
Plus, you can get a special black anodized mount from them only.
Think that would work?
Well, we can do gold. We just can't do black. JHP has the rights to the black.
We gave them exclusive.
Yeah, exclusivity.
Get that fired up.
Yeah, I'll pick my fluids up in the morning. On the actually, shoot, what time is it? Oh, it's 9:14. I won't make it. Actually, no. Walmart's open 24/7. No, I still gotta go to the. I need synchromesh fluid too. So.
This is the weekend, isn't it?
Yes. Like the bay.
Well, I have a compressor.
Yeah, and then I'm doing the brake booster delete too, but I got the CRX master because my DA one was leaking and it's a smaller bore size or whatever, so it'll be easier to push. But the plate that I have is for the DA, and I didn't realize that the DA is like the only Honda chassis with its own bolt setup, so they're offset like one way and everything else is offset the other. So yeah, so Robert's bringing me a different plate in the morning for it, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just a little bit more bastardized.
Yeah.
One more part than
Yeah. All right, later, blue collar. I'm sure I'll talk to you in the messenger tomorrow. 6:50. Oh wow, Hawaii time. That must be nice. What time is? Oh, it's almost. Yeah, it's 9:15 here. So that's weird. You're 3 hours behind. Usually Arizona is the most behind. Oh, here's the reservoir for the cable to hydro. I already mounted it up. Just a bolt that goes right through. I met Brian through Mr. Hush Performance, and I met Mr. Hush Performance through Honda Street Garage actually, because obviously all of us are based out of here in Arizona, and just kind of one opportunity opened up, and then that opportunity led to working with him, and then introduced me to Brian, and then just kind of taken off from there. So, but here's the pedal assembly. So this is already all on here. I mean, I still got to bolt it up, but I can't bolt the pedal assembly up until my brake master and stuff is installed. What do I do at Hassport? I am primarily working in shipping, but I'm also training to be a welder, as you guys have seen. And I do social media managing. So the K-Swap CRX videos, we're kind of stuck because there's a lot of footage that we're trying to go through right now, or that I'm trying to go through, but a lot of the footage got mixed up. So I mean, I've done like 3 videos on it already, and he just has to send them to get approved through the other editor, and once the other editor approves them, then they get uploaded. So it should be really any time now. But yeah, so this is this rat's nest right now. So hopefully by the end of Sunday, this will all be fresh, go back to normal. But really not looking forward to getting that over, or getting that back up there. It was a pain in the freaking butt to get out, so I don't know, hopefully it goes smooth. And I gotta go to the store tomorrow and get some of that freaking double-sided foam tape and try and get this done. We're gonna be here at like, I think we'll have all the parts back here by like 9, so 9:30. So yeah. I am the editor for Brian. It's just that there's a 2-step process to these videos, or to his videos. There's me, and then there's the original editor. Yeah, engine bay really didn't come out bad for spray paint, I mean, honestly. I mean, there's a little bit of a run. Where'd it go? Like, there's some run there. But, I mean, really, it's not bad. I like that it dulled out a little bit, because when I spray painted it in the first place, it was like extremely bright. But yeah, came out good though. And actually, this harness right here, we're gonna be pulling this through tomorrow, so that way the only plugs that will be coming through is, I believe, this one. Really, I mean, it'll still show right there because that's my headlight harness and stuff. But the rest of these plugs are going to be pulled inside the cab and repinned. Why would I paint a different color? My whole color scheme of the car is white and gold. The wheels are gold, the control arms are gold, my hub is gold. Like, it's my thing. Chase Bays brake tuck interior kit. It's going to look good. Chase Bays. No, I'm going to stick with JB Tuned eventually. Well, I guess he doesn't make lines, but it does have clear on it. I did 2.5 coats of it, so should be okay, honestly. I've been bumping into it since I've been moving stuff around, and I mean, like putting the wiper thingy on, and there's really no scratches in it, so I think it'll be okay for a while. But what was I saying? Oh, the brake tuck, yeah. Eventually I will. Right now I'm not necessarily trying to keep it super budgy, because a lot of these parts aren't necessarily budgy, but like for the prop valve, we're bending this here and we're bolting it up to right here. This is where the OEM fuel filter is supposed to sit, but obviously there's no fuel filter because with the tucked fuel line kit that JB Tuned hooked me up with, it uses a little mini inline filter. So this will be moved there and bolted, but yeah, I do want to redo the brake lines eventually. Obviously not right now because I'm on a very tight time span. So yeah, eventually the brake tuck kit will be one of the things I plan on doing for sure. Yeah, I was thinking white with gold flake, honestly. Oh, you mean for the whole car? Yeah, eventually I'd really like to get the entire car like completely stripped of every nut and bolt, put it on a rotisserie, and get it painted top to bottom, inside and out. But obviously that's very expensive, so as this paint job wears out, then I'll start putting money aside for another one. For the K harness, we're making our own, so I can't really tell you how we're running it because that's up to those guys, because they're the ones that are doing my wiring for me, because they are very good people. No, we're not dropping it in tonight. I wish we were. Basically, what's going on tomorrow morning, what do you do when you, unfortunately, or thankfully, as of right now, I don't have to do emissions because of where my address is. Arizona has a thing where if you're, depending on which county you live in, you don't have to do emissions. So where my car was registered previously is up north where there's no emissions. So I just basically gotta, assuming let's do it as if I have to do emissions. If I have to do emissions, then basically all I gotta do is, this is your freaking charcoal canister, whatever you want to call it. So obviously there's supposed to be 2 tabs right here. Mine's broken, so I'll get a different one that's only got the 2 lines on it, because this has 3. This is one there, and one there. So I get the one that has 2 on it, and then I come over to my engine, my engine, and then this is the, yeah, I'll just be running the vacuum lines off of there to that, and then I will be putting a cat on it. And then since it's gonna be, it's not a built motor or anything. I'm not gonna be running anything crazy, so I don't really have to worry about emissions like failing. The engine only has 140,000 on it, so pretty sure with a cat and those hoses hooked up, then it should pass no problem if I have to do emissions. So let's see what else you guys say. Is it registered at your parents' house up north? No, my parents live in Wisconsin, so unfortunately not. My old address was up north though, so going live tomorrow. Oh, yeah, okay, so yeah, like I was saying, so what's gonna happen is obviously my car is already ready for the motor, but Emiliano's isn't. So as first thing in the morning, we're just gonna come drop my engine in here. Obviously we have the lift, so we're gonna drop the subframe and put the engine in, and then as soon as the engine's in, I'm gonna roll my car out to the front of the driveway, and then Emiliano's car is getting on the lift because he has to change out subframe, control arms, sway bars, and stuff like that. So he can have the lift pretty much all day, because once my engine's in, that's the only thing I have to do on the lift. So then I can just focus on the wiring, getting my fuel lines done, get my brake assembly put up, and all that. So it'll be, I mean, obviously, so he can have a chance to the lift, so he can work less hard. But honestly, it'll give me more room because the doors don't open all the way on the lift because the pillars are in the way. So yeah, that's the goal. Get my engine dropped in right away, move the car out of the way, let him do the lift, so he can do his thing. Would you be able to get B-Series harness tuck with the same? For the B-Series harness, or for the DA harness tuck, I should say, really all you're doing is you're pulling it through the firewall. I don't know what I'm saying. Honestly, I'll let you leave that up to AD. If you want to message AD on Instagram at HondiBoy, then he can tell you how to do it. Or hit up Honda Street Garage. He has a perfect video on it. Stock fuel pump, yeah, I'm running. You don't have to upgrade it. I don't really have a reason to either. I don't know how old mine is, but when it dies, I'll swap it. I mean, it's good for, I know it's a factory one, so it's good for what, 300 horsepower, I'm assuming, 200 something. Yeah, I'm sure it'll probably need a respray in a few months. Maybe the engine bay, but no, this paint job's already a year old and it's perfectly fine. Upgrade cat. Oh yeah, then I'm sure I'll be fine with just a cat and those hoses hooked up to the evap or whatever it is, or whatever that stuff is. I can't even think. I'm tired, but yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be a long weekend. Yeah, they're definitely the ones to talk to because, like I said, I don't mess with wiring. I just cannot comprehend it. For whenever I try to do it, my brain just kind of shuts off. So I'm trying to learn piece by piece. Like I said, I sat down with Brian tonight and we were picking out my harness, and he was teaching me how to find wires, what wires do what plugs are for what, how to count the pins, and so on and so forth. So I'm trying to learn. But yeah. Yeah, what else do I have to do? The fuel lines, my brake line moving, drop the engine in, get it wired up. Not a whole lot, honestly. Oh, we got a radius rod because can't use the stock passenger side radius rods because it may look like it'll clear, but as soon as your suspension compresses, you're going to be smacking your crank pulley on the K-Series. So yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily a hard swap per se. It's just there's so much that goes into it. Yeah, it's gonna be dope. I can't wait. Only part that sucks is I forgot to take my header to the exhaust shop with me the other day. K-Tuner. Hyundai is cool, but not for me. And because I'm getting K-Tuner for free, so. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I forgot to take my exhaust or my header with me the other day on my day off to an exhaust shop to get a flange for it because this is obviously a 2-bolt flange and the K-tuned header is a 3-bolt flange. So I'm gonna have to run an open header for a couple days. Now we're getting ready to take off here in a minute. We're gonna start early tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna just go home and play guitar. So yeah, I'm gonna be open header for a few days, assuming the car is running and driving on its own power by Sunday when we're supposed to be done. And then I'll just take it to the exhaust shop on Wednesday when I'm off again. Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure what type of K-Pro I'm getting. Wait, Hyundai K. Oh, that's Hyundai. No, K-Tuner. Yeah, I don't know. I know mine has Bluetooth and does cool stuff. So, I mean, as long as it doesn't blow my engine up, that's all I care about. And as long as it actually runs my engine. But, oh yeah. If you guys want to take a peek at my shifter plate. welded this up myself. So essentially, this will be going in the car here. I'm gonna have to move the carpet out of the way and stuff. But essentially, this will be sitting like right there, and then you just cut it out. You know, cut it to the shape, and then it bolts up. I've got hardware for it. This actually will be a production item from Brian, so you can look forward to seeing this on the Hasport website here fairly soon, I would assume. I don't know what the MSRP is going to be on it, but yeah, it'll be pretty sick. So this is compatible with pretty much any chassis you want. Obviously, I'm doing it for my DA right now, and then Emiliano is using the same exact thing on his EM1, and the CRX is running it as well. No, it's a K-Series. We actually made a couple, so if you want to buy one, you got to talk to Brian. We're still trying to master it. I mean, it works. Just, you have to use a certain shifter with it. Towards my synchro mesh. Oh, bless you, child. How difficult is the wiring to do the swap? That's also a question for them, but I don't want to interrupt them because they're talking. We'll just slowly back away. Psych. I'm rude. Who cares? How hard is the wiring to do on a DA for a K-swap?
No more difficult than EG or EK. I mean, it's basically an adapter harness that plugs into the right and left-hand shock tower plugs that interfaces with the RSX harness and the car.
So if you were like how we're modifying my own or making our own sub harness, how hard, like on a difficulty scale, what would you put it as for somebody that understands wiring? Like,
somebody understands wiring. Once you've sorted it out, it's easy to do, but sorting it out is actually the difficult part because you need to have the manuals in order to figure out. Like tonight, we sat down and pinned out all the stuff that we needed to find. You know, it's tough for me to say that because after doing it for 22 years, I don't think it's very difficult.
yeah. So would it be easier to source out all these guides, or would it be easier to just hit us up or hit up like Rywire and get a swap harness?
I mean, if you have access to manuals, it's easy to do, and you understand them, it's easy to do. That's the thing. If you have access to the DA manual, it's easy to do.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's not a. You'll have to find the plugs though, but you can find the plugs in the salvage yard. You go to salvage yard and harvest all the plugs you need. You can then solder the wires together to make them fit the way you want them to. So it's not like you go to Honda's website. Honda actually has a wiring diagram for K-Series, although it's not quite the same as what we're doing. It's clear enough that you can make your own harness out of that.
Yeah.
And with the information on that wiring diagram, you can then figure out where you need to go, what parts of the engine harness or the cabin harness you need to get to. So that would make it pretty easy. So if you're interested in making your own harness, I would suggest you start off by going to the Honda website and downloading their wiring guide for engine swaps. And then from that information, if you can get a hold of a DA manual, which you can, if you go to HondaHookup.com, you can download it. You can then decipher what you needed to do in order to make the harness. So, and that would take you an hour to do, and it would take you, a couple hours to build your first harness. So, not particularly hard.
Shout him out.
Yep.
Shout who out? Oh, well, hopefully that helps you, old school. Yeah, shout out to Deadbeat. He just donated $20 towards the fluids. He might be coming by tomorrow too.
That's fine. Cool. Give me the address.
I think I texted to him.
All right.
Yeah, Deadbeat. Let Brian know if you're coming out. You can meet the crew. Everybody's nice, except for that guy. Oh, it's not letting me zoom. Darn it. Hold on. How do I get rid of this? Oh yeah. Got for those shifter plates that you made.
Yeah.
When do you think those will be, like?
Available?
Yeah.
Probably next month sometime. Yeah.
Because there's a few locals here that are on the stream that want to get one.
Don't want to get them?
Yeah.
Probably next month sometime.
So.
A couple weeks.
Okay. So if you're doing it for the DA though, is it all chassis that you use the 9093 Accord shifter?
Correct.
Okay.
What determines that is the transmission.
Oh yeah, because the one that pushes and the one that pulls, right?
Right.
Okay, so yeah, it's 9093 a cord shifter, and then what's the other one?
Well, you have to use the Prelude one, the 88 to 91 Prelude one, if you want to do that, but I haven't made that plate yet.
Okay, so yeah, there's your answer. If you're doing the plate that I have, is 9093 a cord shifter, because I believe on those ones, like you said, depending on the transmission that you're using, the K-series transmissions, some of them pull. When you're pulling down, the cables push forward, I believe, and when you're pushing forward, the cables pull down. Either way, one's one, one's the other, so depending on what you're doing, then you need corresponding shifters. So yeah, either 88 to 91 Prelude or 90 to 93 Accord, which I will be, like I said, using the Accord one. So hope that clears that up for you. Yeah, I'm sure it's probably easy when it's already like when you buy a harness that's already built like that. Like I said, this to me is rocket science. So thankfully I've got two guys that find wiring very enjoyable. So I like gold. Alright, for sure I'll text it to you here in just a few. How you guys like to see a Chris Sadowski VTech Academy Deadbeat Garage collab? Actually, no. Well, I mean, we'll be filming tomorrow for them, but not so much on my car. I'm going to be filming my car because they're going to film Emiliano's car because I'm impatient and I just really want to get this done. So, oh yeah, I also powder coated my hood thingies, whatever these are called, and it looks good. Probably didn't think clearly because it probably should have made it so these don't open and close, but I broke the paint loose, so did that. And then I also made my own little bracket right here. I mean, it's kind of not the straightest, but I mean, it'll do. So basically, I just bolt this right here, and then that holds up my power steering breather. I'm assuming he'd probably take this Mad Max. I saw it the other day when I went and met up with him and picked up his axles, so thing's pretty wicked. Makes me want like an old cop car and put some like super swampers or something on it. Trying to think of what else we gotta do. I mean, it's essentially just getting the engine in, finishing the harness, putting the fuel lines in, finishing the brake booster. Yeah, actually the hood will close, and the cool thing about this is it's dual height, so I can have either more hood clearance or more oil pan clearance, because we use the K-flip mounts, which obviously, as it sounds, you can flip it. So you can have higher or lower sitting engine, but yes, the hood will close. And because the intake manifold I'm using, it's a lower sitting one, so yeah, I'll have plenty of under hood room. Yeah, so you can see the intake manifold kind of curves down like that, so it'll be fine. As compared to this one, I don't know, we haven't tried putting the hood on this yet. Yeah, so for example, for the DA chassis, because you have to do it to the EFs too. For the EM1s, his is a direct bolt-in, but yeah, so for the DA, this is the frame rail bracket. You're gonna have, obviously, your normal transmission bracket right here that kind of curves over, kind of sits like that. You're gonna have like, I don't know if it's the same on every car, but mine had 11 spot welds. Can you keep power steering? I mean, you can, but I haven't had power steering in like 3 years. But yeah, so essentially, he's already got the holes. It's pre-molded to it, so you just gotta line everything up, make sure that it's sitting level and whatnot, and it's not bent one way or the other, and you literally just run beads around it. You don't need a lot, you don't need to overkill it like we did, but I mean, we just had fun welding, so we got beads there, along the side and there, so yeah, I mean, it's really straightforward, and so you can see it's in line, so yeah. It's really easy to do. You just got to take your time and make sure it's straight, because if that's straight and your engine isn't going to fit right, then you're going to have issues. To be honest, I have no slightest clue about anything drag racing, so I couldn't really tell you that. Everybody, you getting ready to leave?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to kick everybody out.
Getting ready to kick everybody out?
Yeah.
He's being the grumpy old man tonight.
No. I got things to do, man. I got things to do.
Yeah. What time is it anyway? It's almost, oh yeah, it's almost 10. Yeah, we gotta get up early.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna just end this live stream here anyway. So,
Shit, it's almost 10.
again, thank you, Deadbeat. I will text you the address here in a second. And you will see all of us tomorrow in these videos. So, yeah, we'll be filming Emiliano's car mostly for the VTech Academy, my car, I mean, wherever footage gets popped in at, but then it'll be from my channel. So, yeah, so I'll see you guys for the next one. Be sure to stay tuned. I'll be posting on Instagram. I may go live tomorrow at some point, depending on how the swap goes. So, yeah, just keep a lookout. See you guys later.